Hello everybody, welcome back.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Alright, so yeah, as he said, we are heading to Mary's funeral. If you don't remember, Mary is our sister, who for some reason knew which mass grave we were being buried in. So showed up after we had already been turned. Where bring my map again? Oh, I guess the other way probably would have been faster to get there, eh? And you know, she showed up after we turned. We were a fresh vampire, just got the bloodlust and everything, and couldn't deal with it, and ended up killing her. Oh, this isn't the right way either. Good God. Ran around enough. Well, I guess I don't really run around this way. I mean, we went through the graveyard once, and every time after that we went to the graveyard, we came from Whitechapel. So I did do a slight bit of research in between parts. Because, you know, we have 6,000 experience. I was wondering maybe we should have a bit of a nap to sleep. But the boss of Chapter 3, which is the chapter we're in, is level 21, I do believe. Which, obviously, we, in theory, can manage. Yeah. Oh, there's still one alive, apparently. No, I don't know. Maybe not. I heard somebody call me a filthy piece of shit. That would indicate that they were alive and aware of what I was doing. I mean, was it that guy? Regular executioner. And is there somebody on the bridge, or was I imagining that? No. Brawler on the bridge.
No civilians allowed, sir. Don't come.
I mean, this... Stamina is out.
Bloody monster!
Go, actually timed it right that time to get the little bit of extra damage in before I bit him. That executioner over there is not good. But yeah, the reason I know that is because I was looking up when I should sleep and whatnot.
Not the place for you. Over there! There's one of them!
There we go, get rid of him. That, and then get a little bit of a nosh on here. Because yeah, I was looking up whether or not to sleep, and I decided not to, apparently, because I mean 21, the fight might be hard, I don't know. I mean, the bosses have, and I mean certain enemies have kicked my ass fairly hard, but at the same time, you know, I'm not like super worried about dying.
I don't know if I have the strength.
Also, since we're... Okay, I was gonna say, since we are here for a quest, are those guys all still gonna be alive? And yes, apparently. I'm gonna see if I can just, like... it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to just book it past them, unfortunately. Because I need to get all the way over there. And I mean... Let's see, maybe I can get around them. Because, I mean, fighting doesn't get us a whole lot, right? I mean, look at how many the pre-wing guys we killed on the way here. We got 80 experience from them, which... Damn it. So they're up there. I think there's a pair here as well, is there not? No. One's over there. And then there's one there, so and then there's a pair there. So yeah, I don't think that it looks like we're gonna have to fight very least somebody. Unless we can in fact just walk past this guy. Just vomiting for some reason. Alright. So we should be good here. Do we just, yeah, I guess we just go up and over. She still hasn't went back until we sleep. But yeah, the reason I planned on not sleeping is because apparently we
Since
have
I
to
can't
sleep
reveal myself
twice.
to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I think it said that we had to sleep twice in chapter 4, so I figured to just wait until then.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
What is that weird light up there? Is that supposed to be where I am? Well, this seems like an ominous angle. Is Mary gonna pop up? Did I accidentally turn her into a vampire? Oh, okay. I'm coming down. That makes more sense. Well, I guess it makes just as much sense.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
I mean, she's right. It's not very far away. We've already been to Whitechapel in that, so. Hey, Mary, you alive in there? No? Okay. I'll believe you. Okay. You know, I have a feeling that Lady Ashbury there is supposed to be like the love interest for this game, right? Makes sense. I mean, she's another vampire. Well, I mean, really, that's it. I mean, she's another vampire, right? I mean, go for it. That's
and
probably.
off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
It's a very big dude.
Ascalon does not approve
like
of
gorilla
lone
arms.
wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Alright, so is Ascalon gonna be like our final boss? I mean, that guy's probably gonna be a boss at some point. I don't know, do they... why are you...
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top!
Why are you attacking me exactly? I didn't start a fight with you. So some random skull, I guess, started a fight with them, and that made that guy shoot me instead of going, like... They're not very good guards, are they? This guy also seems to be doing, like, almost no fucking damage to this guy. I mean, it's just... oh, there we go. Don't know what the hell he was doing, but he was not doing very much damage. Now, I imagine that if I had left the, what was he, a reverend, maybe? He had, like, reverend or preacher. I think it was reverend. If I had left the reverend alive there, I imagine that fight would have went a little bit faster, but I mean, still took that guy. He was a higher level than him. Like, as vampire hunters, they do alright against me, but they don't seem to do very well against, like, other vampires. Like, the skulls in that, you know, don't need to stun them to fucking chomp on them and heal.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. for I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
Conflicted. I feel responsible. She died because of me. I wish I could forget all of this. That one definitely wouldn't seem right. Oh, I don't know about the other two though, because they're so close to being the same thing that I need to know like the context of each. I'm gonna go with I feel responsible.
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
There.
That was weird that I got loading screen.
I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
I don't know, can I go this way? I think so, right? Nope. Why?
Not a safe place right now, sir.
Well, let's see, I guess I can always try the other exit from Whitechapel. I mean, I'm assuming I'm going back to the hospital. I was about to say church, but yeah, a vampire with their main hideout being the church. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a game like that. I mean, right? Because then they could have like the whole dichotomy, like vampires are supposed to be like against religion. You have some that's like specifically crosses, or some lore that's like it specifically crosses, but those are probably written by more like Christian, like more religious people in general.
Stupid beast! Go on back to the shadows!
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Have faith, brothers!
Get out of the fucking...
Not even cannot be defeated! Have faith, brothers!
Yeah, I can't fucking see.
We shall prevail!
Uh-huh. Wow, alright. Just fucking kick my ass, why don't you? You have to turn around now. Oh fuck, I actually had the stun option there. Just fight you again, get some more blood back.
Go on back to the...
No. I was in the tomb. Okay, it's weird. Oh my god. Remember when, like, I chose this way because I was like, oh, I can probably, you know, get around everyone if I go this way. I mean, you may not remember that since I didn't actually say it, but, you know. That was my thought process, and I'm assuming that you figured out that much. Because why would I bother to go this way if I still had to fight? I can go this way. Hey, look, this part isn't blocked off anymore.
I have this thirst for blood.
Remember last time we were here and this was all blocked off for some reason while they were fighting the other vampires? Alright, well, I mean, there's no reason for me to go that way. I mean, just busting all the boxes.
Best be on your way home. Over there! There's one of them burning!
Oh. Yeah, I think that the amount of these enemies is a bit much. Like the amount that you can't go past without them, you know?
Pain are precious when binding you to the earth.
You. I remember you.
Hello, weirdo. The hell's with the antlers? Oh, can I actually talk to this guy?
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you insult my mind.
Be stilled, my child. I bring understanding.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
Okay.
I've had it.
Also, back at the hospital, is there... Because there's that one woman, right? And she's she's in that room by herself, but she's not even on this list.
Enough of others making decisions for me. Pretending to know how I should feel. Or behave.
So, like...
So the vampire who made me is
Oh,
some sort
yeah.
of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan.
I mean, who's hiding?
It's a
You know how
sacred
many of your
ground.
guys I've killed?
Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well.
Well.
Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
I mean, you didn't bring him here, though. Swansea brought him here.
If you don't mind, I have a few questions.
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was Hampton that killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
How did the Guard of Prewen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I can guarantee one thing. The Guard of Prewen would never dare to attack the hospital while I'm in charge here.
Why is that?
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
Well, that's understandable. Alright.
Thank you, Edgar.
Now, I wonder, because obviously if they're saying Sean Hampton killed her, well, he's the pillar of the community, which means either he didn't do it and is being framed, and he's not really a skull, or he is a skull but is a variation that can control himself, because obviously killing him would void the, or at least I would assume it would void the pacifist achievement trophy, whatever you. So I mean, obviously there's going to be a way to settle it, right? So either it wasn't him and we'll find the real person behind it,
Sean
and he's not a
Hampton lives
skull,
and
or
breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
alright.
Disgust on every street corner.
Now, what's her face was in here, right?
What on earth happened here?
Yeah, this is an absolute mess. Logan healthier. Clyde Fitch, okay. Well, I mean, let's just follow the blood, right?
Good
Anything
evening,
to say
Nurse
about
Brennan.
this?
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No, I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but... well, maybe it was him.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Okay. And the reason I'm talking to her and nobody else is because she's nearest the blood.
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Can we share this meal? Everything dies. I'm partially responsible. Can we share this meal? I really... see, now, I understand why they do dialogue trees like this, right? Because, like, it saves space on the screen and everything. But there's times like this where it's like, I much prefer the Dragon Age 2 system because it was like this. But they had that little picture in the middle that changed to tell you the tone of what you were about to say, right? So you'd have like joking, serious. I think there's like one for justice, which I know seems weird, but I think it was just like good and bad, whatever, right? And like, I don't know like the tone that he's going to use for any of these, so I'm just gonna go with this.
And I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Alright. Have you killed this woman? I'm not going to ask that, because while I would like to get the information from it, at the same time, it seems like an extremely stupid question to ask.
Thank you, my lady.
So I'm just going to leave it there.
Soon.
So I'm assuming then that only that one woman that we talked to that didn't have any, like, oh, there's Milton. That didn't have any, like, blood experience, you know? I'm assuming she's the only one that actually died.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening,
That had
Doctor.
a name.
Still trying to save lot.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know
What can
While
you
we're
tell
here.
me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room, and Mr. Hampton's gone missing. Doesn't take a genius to piece it together.
You don't seem shocked by any of this.
Why should I be? Whoever did this must be long gone by now. And besides, he got rid of the old bag.
All right.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
You don't have what I want, though. I was really hoping that he would have the blue handle parts to upgrade my saw. But nope. Alright, anyway, oh. So that's actually where the blood trail ends then. Alright, so he did say... Oh, to the East End docks. Oh, okay. No, never mind. Right, it's the Western docks that we haven't been to yet. I'm assuming that this will lead us to the Western docks, though. Just based on the fact that they have to open up at some point. And if we're going to be dealing with Sean Hampton, who is considered the pillar of the community for the dogs, that it wouldn't really make much sense.
The Freewen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Yeah, but why are they redoubling their patrols in the district? If anything, we're making it safer.
We do the Lord's work here.
Oh, the chaplain. 17 chaplain. Let's see, do I... Why did you pull that out? Let's see, and if I go out this way, am I still... See, now, I don't mind the guard being, like, back here, right? Because, like, they're fighting the skulls and that. And that makes sense, because that's where the skulls are, right? But them being, like, right in your path that you have to walk, especially when you're not killing people, but you're still obviously going through the main quest line, has you killing skulls and skull leaders, right? Like, in theory, you're making everything safer just like them. But it's just, like, making everything safer in theory. But in practice, like, there's no actual change to the districts. Like, the whole healthy and that, like, if the district is healthy, why are we seeing so many more of the guard, right? Let's see. Did I upgrade the pistol? I did. Because I could do this. And unload on this guy.
See how it rests.
Because, I mean, what are you going to do, buddy?
Shit, that leech is die, vermin!
Yeah, what are you going to do? As far as I'm aware, he was, well, he was definitely the biggest threat. Don't like how far they... I'm still somewhat shocked by, like, the difference in difficulty just after our first level up, right? Like, I don't know, like, maybe it's because of what I chose to level up or something, you know? Because, like, obviously I did a lot to level up my, Cause yeah, like I don't know, like I feel like I didn't like very little of my upgrades besides my health upgrade, obviously, or upgrade my health. I feel like that's the only thing that really gave me advantage in like the regular battles that we come across. Good fucking lord, how many dickheads are there going to be here? Like, Jesus Christ. And there's a guard on the bridge. You know what? Fuck it. I can warp across to the docks, right? I don't know why I did all this. When I can just go over here and pop across. Like, I forgot about this. I didn't need to fight those guys at all, actually. But anyway, I think we're actually going to end the part here now that we're, well, I mean, we're basically back at the docks, right? It's just through this gate is our safe zone. So we'll end this part here, and next time we'll at the very least look into finding Sean. I don't know how long the chapters of these games are, considering how much time it took me to get through, you know, the tutorial chapter 1. But yeah, we'll end it here and look for him next part. But thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Thursday for more. Also, I did make a, well, actually I don't know, but if it popped up on anyone's feed or if what I did even popped up, but I scheduled a stream for this coming Saturday. I'm going to be playing Breakpoint. I figure I'll put it on here because I didn't do it until after I recorded my Monday and Wednesday Fallout videos. But yeah, so on Saturday after I'm done my recording, I have it scheduled for 1 o'clock because I should be done my recording and lunch and whatnot by then, but just so you know, it may start a little bit earlier than that, it may start a little bit later than that, depending on my week, and more importantly, my Saturday. So yeah, basically after I'm done recording and have my lunch and that, I plan on just streaming, because that's normally what I do on Saturday anyways. After I record, I have my lunch. Today I had a bunch of shit to do this morning, so it's actually already 1:30, and this is only the second video out of 4 that I've recorded today. And then, you know, after I have my lunch, I just play something to, you know, unwind, whatever, right? So, like, you can join me for the stream. I'm going to be playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint because I've just had the urge to do it. I'm going to be starting fresh, new character and everything, because there's, well, I'll go over why I'm starting a new character and that when I actually do the stream, but yeah, I'll leave it open so that if people watching the stream want to join me, they'll be able to. I don't remember how Breakpoint's multiplayer works. It's been quite a while since I played it. But I figure it'll be fun, and like I said, I wanted to play Breakpoint again for a while, and it's given me an excuse, so yeah. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you on Thursday for Vampyr.